Welcome to my channel.
Hi lovely people, it is Elevate with Uche. My name is Uchechi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for clicking. Let's dive straight into it. I want to gist because it's just as if being a woman everywhere has reasons why we cannot live up to our fullest potentials in business, in marriage, in religious settings. And talking about religious settings, I'm going to be talking about that today. Our conversation today just has to do with the religious setting, women and the religious setting. Not too long ago, Bishop Funke Felix Adejumo was made bishop in her church. This conversation was had. Oh, a woman is not supposed to be a bishop. A woman is not supposed to lead. A woman is not supposed to lead in church over a man, and blah, blah, blah. You know those kind of conversations. Sarah Jakes and her husband, Sarah Jakes is the daughter of T.D. Jakes, took over from T.D. Jakes to head the church. Oh, she's a woman. She's not supposed to. It's not biblical. The Bible says he who must be a bishop must be the husband of one wife. He. It didn't talk about she. Women are supposed to play only supporting roles, not lead, and all of that. And I say, really? I saw a post where a lady was asking this particular person I follow on social media. She said she met a dude and they are getting to know each other, but conversations got to the point where the guy rather said he doesn't believe that a woman should lead a church or lead in church. That's why Jesus doesn't have a female disciples. Huh? A lot of people said you already know where this is headed, because the lady said she's concerned because she has the call of God on her life. The Pope was elected 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And look at the celebration. It's not an issue. There's nothing about, oh, he's supposed to be this or that. It is acceptable. It is normal. But in cases where women have been made to lead a church or have been made bishops, it's been using the Bible. And this question, I want to ask a sincere question. How does the fact that Jesus didn't have a female apostle translate into women not being able to lead a church? How? Okay, Jesus gave the apostles the mandate. They preached from place to place to set up the church. Right, I get that. But how does that still translate into women not being like everything that happens has its setting. In the setting where when Christ was still here, women were not so much. Women were not given so much of an opportunity to be anything. Women just got the right to vote. I mean, in recent times, about 40 years ago, in the West, just 40 years ago. So imagine what the role of women would have been, considering how women were treated. And so you now want to use that to gauge the quality of women we have today in 2025, women who are educated, well-traveled, spiritually sound, close to God, and feel that they have the call of God on their lives. And the only thing that will disqualify them is because they are women. You really think God is going to disqualify people based on gender? If you are a Christian, because I'm speaking to Christians now, and to those who are always using gender as a barrier, you really think God will disqualify a person either to lead a church or lead in church just because they are women? Think about it. When Jesus walked the face of this earth, he was countercultural. He was counter-religious. That was why the religious leaders didn't like him. Their religious standards that have been held for a long time, Jesus said no. What was expedient had to be done. He will break their religious standards just to ensure that what was right was done. He did it with culture, he did it with religion. He was countercultural. And those who also want to use what was said in the epistles by Apostle Paul, you cannot use that also, because how will you say, oh, a woman should be quiet? There must have been a reason for that to happen specifically at that time and that particular congregation. No, think about it. Think about it. That in 2025, we're talking about something that happened thousands of years ago, and the kind of women we have today, and you think that God is going to disqualify a person who has capacity to do all things that God has given her to do just because she's a woman? Look around you. Women have talents, have gifts. There's no discrimination when these gifts are concerned, from prophecy to healing. There is no discrimination. So why will gender be a basis for discrimination? That's one question I want us to answer. Or is this a case of trying to undermine the abilities of women and looking for scriptures by all means to back it up and say, oh, there's nowhere in the Bible where a woman led? But we know Deborah, even though where she led wasn't in ministry. I am still repeating the same question. Do you honestly think that someone who is qualified in every way, shape, and form will be disqualified by God because she is a woman? If we address other issues and say, oh, this is why we don't want women, like other issues that has to do with women or that pertains to women, then we can have that conversation. But if the only excuse is Jesus didn't have a female apostle, like no female was among the 12, and also that Apostle Paul wrote, do you think, in all honesty, that God is going to disqualify a person because of their gender? Jesus died for both man and woman now. And women make up a large number, if not more number, than men in churches worldwide. So why won't women have representation in leadership? Or why shouldn't women be able to lead a church? I know that there are churches where women lead, but we still have to have this conversation because it's not something that is now generally acceptable. That was why I gave these two examples. Because with Sarah Jakes, it was a video I saw on YouTube, and I went to the comment section and people were really castigating. Christians were castigating her and saying all sorts. But what I paid attention to is what they said about the fact that she's a woman. We need to ask this question. Will God disqualify anyone based on gender alone? I'm going to be ending the conversation on this note. I want you to share what you can. Please share your thoughts. Let me see if I'm the only one who is thinking in this direction or not. I will see you in my very next one. Please like, please give this video a thumbs up. Join the community by subscribing, and I will come your way again with another equally interesting conversation. Hope you enjoyed my gist. My name is Uchechi, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.